Hi and welcome to This Train with me. In today's video I thought that I would summarize this year's update. So I have gone through all the updates we got 2025 and I have summarized them a little bit, and I thought that I would be talking a little bit about them, and I will be telling you which was my favorite from all the months. And this was actually very interesting, and it's very interesting to look at all the updates like this because you truly realize how much new stuff we get in a year. And while I talk about that, I thought that I would be maxing my last older gen horse, which is Winterfrost. He is my last generation 2 or 1 horse, because the Jorvik ponies that are getting retired, I already have all of them, so this is literally my last generation 2 horse, like older generation horse to train. So I thought it would be nice to do before 2025 to leave these crusties, and I say crusties with love, but leave these crusties in 2025. And I think we should start at the Winter Village, because I want my tokens and there are a lot of XP here. But I guess we should get into the video. So, of course, we have January 1st. And the first update this year was on the 8th, which was a Trailblazer. I guess that's a great way to start off the year, with like something additionally to do. Then on January 15th, we got the Criollo horse, which was obviously the first new breed of the year. They weren't like my absolute favorite breed, but I got one and I actually like him quite a lot, but I don't know if I will be getting any more because they aren't like the type of horse that I typically use. But we also got 2 new sets, the Shadow Pampa set and the Guacho Grunder set. And excuse my pronunciation if it's off. I think you guys can understand what I mean, and if you don't, you can also look up the news date on the website and read it for yourselves. And I think those were the sets that matched the Criollos, like South America inspired sets, I think, because the Criollo is South American. I'm pretty sure. Next update was on the 22nd of January, and then we got the January Bazaar, which was with the Irish Cob, Shire, Halflinger, and Finn Horse. And on the 29th of January, we got quests at the medieval area, and the snow was removed from the game. And we got new medieval stable customizations, and we got a new champion ranks. So those were the updates for January. And at this time I wasn't really as active on Star Stable because I got married this year and planning that and the honeymoon and everything was very stressful for me. So I actually almost never logged on Startable for the first half of the year, which is really sad because a lot of stuff that I will talk about later came, and I will just have to get it when they return with the festivals this year. But I remember when the Criollo came, I was not really feeling like playing Star Stable, so I wasn't really connected to the game back then, and that's probably why I only bought 1 too. But yeah, that was my Star Stable life in January. I probably played like in the beginning and then not. And this continued until like June, because then I got some more time, and that meant that I could play a little bit more of Star Stable because I wasn't as stressed. But my favorite update for January, I think it has to be the Criollo. I do like when they add championship ranks and trailblazers as well, because it gives us like something more to log in for just than daily XP and training. So I really like that, and especially the trailblazer, because it's like you just continue doing stuff that you already do, and then you get like free stable care and new sets. But the Criollo I had to say, because I really like when they add new horses. I think it's very fun. Okay, moving on to February, and the first update in February was on the 5th. And then we got races at the medieval arena. And that's everything I have written for that update, so it was a little bit of a smaller one, definitely. But on the 12th, the magical dragon horses Ryumi and Kima, I think it's pronounced, got added, and they also brought 2 new dragon sets. The Obsidian Dragon set and the Dragon Leather set. And we also got new name options. And I think that's the time when they added like all the little endings, like we can have like an S or an IE or just a Y, which I really, really like. There are so many pretty names we can create now. And on the 19th, we got the reputation quest at the medieval arena, and we had a February bazaar, which included magical horses like Tainan, Phoebe, Aldrash, Faramavr, and the Jorvik wild horses. But as I said, I didn't play at this time, so I didn't buy any at this bazaar. And then on the 26th, we got target practice at the medieval arena. And we got 4 new coat variations, which was 2 Shires and 2 Criollos. And we also got 2 new sets, the Plum Royal set and the Merchant class set. And I'm quite sure it's the sets with the crowns, and I love the crowns. So I am very happy that they added those. And Invite a Friend was brought back. And the retirement of the Generation 2 Halflinger and Generation 2 Lipisaner was announced. Yeah, so as I said, this month I was fully not playing at all, I think. And looking back, because you know, on the website you can see when you bought horses, and there's a big gap, which means that I wasn't active, because I usually buy horses like pretty consistently. But yeah, I have of course done this stuff. Afterwards, like in I think August and September, I really got serious about uh, doing the things I missed while having my little. I don't know if I want to call it a break, because it wasn't like I wanted to have a break. It was more that I was so stressed, so I didn't really feel like playing. And I mean, we obviously got new horses in February, the magical ones, but I am not a really big magical horse girl. I like the more realistic side of the game. So I haven't bought any of those actually, but they are really cool because they spit fire. So I am thinking of getting one, but we'll see. Okay, we forgot to do Mario, of course. Oh well, we will ride up there again. But I would say that my favorite update from the February must have been the crowns, like the sets the crown came in, because the clothes are really cute, and I love the crowns, as I said. Okay, the name options. Can I do the crowns and the name options Yeah, I can. It's my video. I make the rules. But yeah, that was my favorite thing from those particular weeks. Let's see, can I find this one anywhere? Oh, wait, it's that one, right? Why is this like actually a little bit hard? um, Yay! Okay, moving on to March already. We got the first March update on the 5th, and then we got a new Trailblazer, and the retirement of the Windfells and Nixis was announced. And I know that I logged in at approximately this time, or maybe it was in April before they disappeared, and I actually bought those, so I'm very happy that I was like, I kept up a little bit with the updates, just to not miss anything grand. But on the 12th we got a new horse, which was the Hanoverian, which at least on the Swedish servers I see it all the time, so it has been a very popular breed. And when I got around to buying it in like August, I really love them, and I think I have 3 right now, but I could definitely buy like all of them because I think they're so pretty and I love their jump and everything. But we also got 2 new sets, and that was the casual set and the competitive set. And those are the sets sold at the little shop where the Hanoverians are at Jorvik Stable. And I love those sets very much. I have bought a lot of things, I think. I want like all of it at least. They are very nice. And on the 19th of March, okay, I'm so sorry for this pronunciation, but Guillermo Gadea, I think, he returned with the Horses of Jorvik with a race for Warm Bloods. I think it was like pretty much all the Warm Bloods. I didn't write it down, but yeah. And on the 26th, we got the March Bazaar, which was the Lipizzaner, English Thoroughbred, and Dutch Warmblood. And that's a pretty nice bazaar in my opinion. But okay, my favorite update from March... It must be the Hanoverians, right? Because they are so pretty. And especially me, we're doing like realistic competitions and my realistic roleplay. I love when they add like nice show jumping horses, of course. Let's see if I can catch all these little notes and read. No, I have to think first. Which was my favorite March update? Yeah. Okay, it's clear. The Hanoverians. But I also really liked the sets that it came with. Definitely. Okay, moving on to April, which was a very exciting month in my opinion, because my favorite festival were then, and I didn't play any of it. And Winterfrost only has 1 level left. Oh. Feels so surreal that this is my last older generation horse to train. But okay, on the 2nd of April, which was the first April update, we got Quest with Lara, which was the riding instructor that was lost, and we got a new daily race with her at the manor. They also added new paddock props at the manor paddock, which has been very useful for me at least. And they added a new update warning that was letting us know beforehand when the update is about to start, so we don't get abruptly interrupted. And this feature is so useful because sometimes I'll log on, because in Sweden the servers close about 9 a.m. ish. It depends, of course. So being online in the morning on a Wednesday and then just being kicked, that wasn't really fun. So now we know that, I think it says like in 10 minutes the servers will close, and then it's like in 5 minutes. So if you are in the middle of a quest or like in the middle of a race, you know that you can at least finish it, which is really nice. Okay, but on April 9th, the Equestrian Festival arrived to Jorvik. And the Jorvik stables got a visual update. We also got champion ranks. And of course several quests at the Equestrian Festival. And we got new stable customization, the Baroque style, plus stall floors and beddings, which was so nice to choose your bedding for your horses. I like that. We got two new token sets, the Grapevine Chic and the Buttercup set. Both sets I really much want when the festival returns this year. But I'll have to wait. I really wished I just had logged on, but you know, what can you do? Also, the retirement of the Generation 2 Hanoverian and the Generation 2 Welsh Pony was announced. On the 16th of April, the Baroness arrived at the Equestrian Festival. Wait, what did we get? Oh, gloves. Okay, nice. The Baroness arrived at the festival. We had a treasure hunt. Oh, it says treasure hunt continues with Stephanie, so I guess that was part of the quest from first week. The April Bazaar came with the Sally Francais and Belgian Warmblood, and I actually logged on because I can see that I bought 3 Sally Francais on the 23rd of April. So I'm very happy because the Sally Francais are like at least my top 3 favorite breed. I love it so much. So getting them discounted was really nice, and I'm happy I catched that. We also got 2 new sets, the Bedazzling set and the Aerial Attire set. So these 2 sets I have been longing for too so much, because in my opinion the cutest sets are always added at the Equestrian Festival. But Star Stable had a little extra, like we have double star coins right now, at least when I'm recording this, and we actually got, you see this set, I got that and the Bedazzling set, I think they're called that, and I'm so happy because I was really waiting. That's why I have this old saddle pad of this, because I can't use it on this horse, but I'm just so excited. So now I got him a few months earlier than expected, so that's very nice. Then we're moving on to the 23rd of April, and we got 4 new coat variations, 2 Dutch Warmbloods and 2 Hanoverians. And I wish I had bought these 2, at least the Hanoverians, and especially, what's it called, the Palomino, I think, like the golden one. I also really want the grey one, but the golden one is so stunning in my eyes. But now they're only a few months left until I can get it, hopefully. So soon it will be joining my stable. And continued quests at the Equestrian Festival. And we got 2 new sets this week as well, which was the Blushing Blossoms and Vintage Charm sets I'll want to. We got more colors of the Baroque stable customization, and the Red String Trail Ride returned. And on the 30th of April was the final Equestrian Festival week. And that's all I wrote for the 30th, so I guess it was a little bit of a catching up week. Okay. So, as I said, I bought the Celebronsays at the bazaar, but that was probably the only time I logged on for the whole of April. But I have to say the Equestrian Festival, of course. Is that too broad? But I love the Equestrian Festival with all the races and quests, and the vibes are immaculate in my opinion. And I cannot even choose a special set or for the clothes because I love all of them. Okay, I would say the Equestrian Festival and that specific kind of variant, the Palomino, or the golden yellow-ish one. I think everyone will understand if I said the yellow one. Yeah. But April was a really good month, and I'm looking forward to it so much this year. Where should we go in terrain? Maybe Starshine Ranch. Okay, moving into May. So on the 7th we got a new Trailblazer. And that was it for the 7th. And on the 14th of May we got a new horse, the mule. And I have conflicting feelings about the mules. Because of course they are a little bit cute, derpy cute, you know. But they aren't really my type of horse, as I like more of equestrian, show jumping, dressage horses. But I did end up buying one. Because that's also the thing, I want at least one of every breed. So I will buy it even if I'm not in love. But we also got 2 new sets that day, the Mountaineering set and the Line Dancer set. And we also got a price change of renaming horses from 135 star coins, which was an insane price before, to 65 star coins now, which feels a lot better to pay than 135. Okay, so on the 21st of May, we got main story quests and the May Bazaar, which included the Icelandic horse, the Pasofino, and the Dartmoor, and the retirement of Generation 2 Morgan was announced. And on the 28th, Guillermo Gadea returned with the Horses of Yorick with a race in Iberian working equitation. And this time you could enter with a Pasofino, Andalusian, Lusitano, and Yorick Warmblood. And that was it for May. Let's see. What was my favorite thing? I mean, I actually think that the latest main quest stories, and I'm not going to spoil anything, so don't worry, but I think they were quite exciting. So I think I have to say the main quests for me. And moving on to June. So on the 4th of June. I don't really know how to say that. But on the 4th of June, we got quests at the Fort Pinta Beach. And we also got the first batch of fully retrofitted horses, which was the Irish Cob, Gotland Pony, and Belgian Warmblood. I think it's interesting that they chose the Irish Cob to retrofit like so quickly, because I can think of a lot of breeds that are more popular, at least on the server I play on. But that's great. I mean, every horse should be retrofitted, in my opinion. And I think they are working on that. Hopefully. We also got a bonus bazaar with retrofitted horses, which is always nice with a bazaar, of course. And 2 new sets, the Whimsical Sunflower set and the Whimsical Ivy set. And I must say, when doing this little, like writing down the key things from every update, I realized that we get a lot of new sets all the time. So I understand that people buy clothes and tack with star coins, because if you are going to buy every single thing with shillings, you would have to play a lot of Star Stable. Not saying that I don't play a lot of Star Stable, but I also don't buy every new set, because I'm not really in love with every new set, so I'm not going to buy them. Okay, so that was it for the 4th, but on June 11th, we got Summer Days Festival, and of course activities at the festival. And we had returning magical horses, Umbra and Isla, Campus Angelina, Sedna and Proteus. And we got a new round of champion ranks. Am I only getting sheep today? Please don't. Okay. On June 18th, the Rainbow Festival came back-ish. We didn't get Cloud Kingdom. We got it was like at Fort Pinta. So we had it, but we didn't really have it, if you know what I mean. We got 2 new sets, which I didn't list, probably because they didn't say the names in the update. We also had returning magical horses, Prisma, Tenebri, Serenos, and Bronte. And we had simplified account deletion. The riding arena props are no longer permanently at the arena, and you couldn't trail with star coins anymore, and changing home stable is free. So we got like a little mix of easier, like making the life on Jorvik easier, which is always nice. And on the 25th, we got 2 magical horses, Monarch and Luna, which was the butterfly magical horses. And I didn't get any of them, even though I was able to, because this was the time where I started playing a little bit again. But that's okay. I can always get them next year. But my favorite update for June... I mean, I really like champion ranks. It gives me something to work towards. And I love that they are retrofitting the horses. So I have to say champion ranks and the start of fully retrofitting horses was my favorite updates from June. So moving on to July. July 2nd was the first update of July, and it was the final week of the summer festival. And we had the July Bazaar, which was the American Quarter Horse, Tennessee Walker Horse, and Mustang. And we also got a new set, which I didn't put down the name, so they probably didn't say it in the news. And the retirement of the Generation 2 Mustang was announced. And on the 9th, we got the new Trailblazer and 2 new sets, which was the World Class Dressage and jumping set. Those sets are two sets I really like, and I have bought bits and pieces of it over the couple of months. But I would really like to own everything, I think. They're so pretty. And on the 16th, we got a new horse, which was the Jorvik Mountain Horse. And two new sets, the Rodeo Ready Styles. No, the Rodeo Ready set and the Heritage set. And on the 23rd, we got quests with the Jorvik show jumping board and new paddock props at the riding arena. And on the 30th, we got quests at South Hoof, Pennsylvania. Quest at South Hoof Peninsula, of course. And new sets, Steve's Farm and Silvergrade Equestrian Center set. And those two sets, like, they had so many things. There wasn't like just one top, one helmet, one, etc. It was a bunch of different things, which was really, really nice. But that was everything for July. So, which were my favorite things? I mean, I really liked the new horse we got, the Jorvik Mountain Horse. Is it my absolute favorite? Maybe not. I have one. Oh, I should have said it with the mules too, I guess. Wait, did I say that? I bought one mule and I bought one Jorvik Mountain Horse. And this, like, end of July was the time where I, like, got back into Star Stable again, maybe mid-August. So I feel a little bit more familiar with the updates now, which is great. But I guess I have to say the new horse was my favorite, because new horses is always so special in my opinion. Wee. Okay, moving on to August already. It feels so weird to, like, read all the updates, like, compromised like this from all of 2025. But the first update in August was on August 6th, and we got Camp Western. And with Camp Western we got new coat variations, one American Saddlebred and one Mustang. And we got the champ ranks. Where should we continue training? I want to do the H&M races. Okay. On the 13th of August we had more quests at Camp Western, which is like expected when there's a new festival. New coat variations, 2 mules, and new Camp Western store with like trinkets and stuff. I think we got like potato earrings, for example. So I just call them trinkets because there was a lot of like accessories and things. And the 20th of August, continued quests at Camp Western, of course. And we had a Western Bazaar with the American Saddlebred, American Paint Horse, and Appaloosa. And on the 25th of August, it was the last week of Camp Western. And the quest continued there. And we got 2 new sets, which was the Fall Mist set and the Chili Hack set. And that was it for August. So I am not the biggest fan of Camp Western because all of the wolves. I think a few other people feel like that as well. But it's always nice to have a festival going on, of course, because it gives you a little bit more of a like prompt to log in and actually do like some dailies. And your like daily list is a little bit longer, which is nice, like in the winter festival. I love that. But for my favorite thing, I mean, it was nice to have daily things to do, so I have to say Camp Western, even though Camp Western is probably like my least favorite festival. I also liked the champ ranks, of course. Okay, moving on to September, and our first update in September was on the 3rd, and then we got a Trailblazer, and a Bazaar with the Jorvik Pony, Lusitano, and Andalusian, and it was the old Andalusian, because the new ones wasn't released at this time. Also the retirement of Generation 2... Oh wait. The Generation 2 Shire and Generation 2 Icelandic was announced. Which is, you know, this horse. That was it for that update. On the 10th, we got a new horse. The Andalusian. And it's absolutely so pretty, in my opinion. And with that we got the 2 new sets, the Amazona set and the Feria set. And on the 17th we got the next batch of fully retrofitted horses, which was the Dutch Warmblood, Jorvik Warmblood, and English Thoroughbred. And I'm so happy that they fully retrofitted the Jorvik Warmblood, because it's our starter horse and I feel like they should be able to wear all the tack. Yeah, so I'm very happy that they did that. And we also got a new permanent party hub outside of Silvergate Village. And I feel like this party hub was a way of like giving us something party-like, but not having to do a real birthday party this year for Star Stable, which was really sad in my opinion. We also got 2 new sets, the foraging set and the mountaineering set. And on the 24th okay, I think I have to jump these first before I read. Okay, on the 24th we got a Bazaar with the Connemara, English Thoroughbred, Dutch Warmblood and Jorvik Warmblood. And they also added hearing aids. So my favorite update from September, I mean, I have to say the Andalusian. Because I bought like 1 Andalusian on release, the white one, and I liked them, but it was when I bought my 2 other ones that I really was like, ooh, this is a really nice breed. So I really like the Andalusians, and I will probably buy at least like 1 or 2 more. But I also really liked that they fully retrofitted more horses, and I hope that they will continue to do that. And in my opinion, they could do it more often, because I want all my horses to be able to wear everything. It would simplify making outfits so much. Okay, moving on to October. In October, our first update was on the 1st. I feel like this jumping course wasn't like the best to do while reading, because there's a lot happening. Okay, there we go. October 1st we got a new race with Athena in Wildwoods, and we also got new stars to look for. Lore books was added to be found around Jorvik, and we got 2 new sets, the Countryside class set and the Blackberry set, which are 2 sets that I also like very much and have bought like bits and pieces of throughout the months, but I am planning on continuing buying more of the sets. And on the 8th, Halloween came back, and with that we got new magical horses, which was Bixbite and Galvatare. I think it's pronounced. If it's not, I think you understand which two I'm talking about. We also got a lot of new quests, and sets was also added, of course, as how it is with a new festival. And we had champion ranks, and we had new hair and makeup. On the 15th of October, there were more Halloween quests and returning magical Halloween horses. And the retirement of the Generation 1 Jorvik pony was announced. And that is the last pony to be retired, and they are still, when I'm recording this, available to be purchased in-game. I think they are getting removed in January. I don't really know if I can say when, because I don't really know. But they announced this on the news, of course. So if you want one, please buy one as soon as possible, so you don't miss out when they disappear. On the 22nd of October, we had continued quests in Galloper Keep and new Halloween sets, and also 3 new coat variations, which was on 1 Criollo, 1 Frisian Sport Horse, and 1 Jorvik Wild Horse. And I'm pretty sure this is the Jorvik Wild Horse we got then. And I would really like to buy this one someday. And on the 29th of October, it was the last week of Halloween, so we could catch up a little bit. And we also got a bazaar with the Sally Francais, Welsh Pony, and Barwari. And I was actually... I didn't have a lot of star coins when this bazaar came out, and I was a little bit sad. Because I knew that a new horse breed was coming, and even though I wanted to buy all the Sally Francais, they are probably going to return in a bazaar, and I wanted to buy like the new breed more than I wanted to have the Sally Francais then. But when the Sally Francais return one day on the bazaar, I will buy all of them. I think I have 5 left to buy. And we also got 2 new ring gear sets, Riverbank and Coastline set, which is very nice sets, I think. They're really, really cute, and I like that they added like classical rain gear colors, at least in my opinion, because they're like yellow and red. Okay, but my favorite update from October has to be the Halloween celebrations, of course. Those are always very nice. And I liked the magical horses. I liked Bixbite the most, which is why I bought Bixbite and not the other one. I think we got like cute sets and everything. So yeah, Halloween was my favorite. Now we have November, and first update in November was on the 5th, and we got a new Trailblazer and a Bazaar, which was with the Knabstrapper, Clydesdale, Ackeltech, and Fjord Horse. And I feel like a lot of people felt like this too, that this was like a bazaar with like less popular horses. But that's great if anyone wanted any of those breeds for a discounted price. Then we have November 12th. We got a new horse, the Black Forest horse. And 2 new sets, the Firwood set and the Mammal set. And the Cell Horse feature was removed. On the 19th, we had the return of the H&M Grand Prix, and we got H&M Indiana in-game, which was really nice, I think. Especially as a Swede, having like our top horses in game feels very special. We also got H&M tack and clothes. Then on the 26th, we had a new batch of Red of Raider horses, which was the Frisian, Morgan, and Arabian. And I am very happy that the Arabian and Morgan got retrofitted, because those are two of my more favorite breeds. But unfortunately, a lot of the stuff is not really fitting as they should, in my opinion, which is a bit sad, but I'm glad that they at least can wear them. We also got those braids were also in that week's bazaar, which is when I bought Astrid. I have a video with that, and Astrid is the golden Frisian horse, which I love. We also got a lot of new options for pasture filtering and increased hair and makeup storage. So I haven't had a problem with the hair and makeup storage, but I know that a lot of people have, because apparently you couldn't buy all hairstyles and all makeup styles without getting your wardrobe full, and since you can't trash anything of it or sell it, it must have been really frustrating for the people wanting to buy new hairstyles when they came out but couldn't. So that's great. And that was everything for November this year. So I think my favorite thing was the new Black Forest horse. They are so fluffy and chunky and cute. And I bought one, Walter, but I am very tempted to buy another one. So maybe I'll do that, because as I said, I treated myself with some star coins yesterday. So I may get another Black Forest horse. But yeah, I think that has to be my favorite update from November. And now we're moving into December, and these updates feels so recently for me, because it's 3-4 weeks ago that these things was announced and added into the game. So December 3rd was our first update of December this year, and we got quests at Starshine Ranch with the Stampeding Stars, and we also had the December Bazaar, which included the Shinkontek, Trackener, and Curly Horse. Once again, not really my favorite breeds, but I am very happy that people who wanted these breeds could get them at a discounted price. And we also got a new Invite a Friend reward, which of course was the new coat of the Dutch Warm Blood, which everyone went crazy for. I myself grinded. I also have a video with that on my channel, but it's sped up, of course, because I couldn't upload a 8-hour video. Also, an 8-hour video without commentary, that doesn't really sound like fun. Where should we go next? Maybe we should just gather some light in Valedale while we wrap up December. But yeah, as I said, this invite a friend thing, I have never done it before, because I have always felt like putting in those hours for a pet that I will rarely use wasn't worth it. But when they announced a new horse, and especially a Dutch Warmblood, I had to. So that was a great update in my opinion. But on the 10th, the Winter Village finally arrived, and we of course got quests and races. And also 2 new magical horses, Soul and Money. And especially Money, I'm so in love, but I love that their coats are dynamic. It's so cool. Because I don't really think we've had that before, right? Yeah. But we also got a new Trailblazer, which is the one going on right now. And didn't I... Yes, I leveled up before. So now I am done. Okay, so we got the hat. We have like bonus points right now, so that's why it went so quickly in this video. And I love these stable care coupons, they're my favorite. Because that's saving me star coins, and that's the best thing ever. Okay, but we also, as I said, got Trailblazer, we got champion ranks, which I'm still working on, and we got new hairstyles. And on the 17th we got more activities in the Winter Village, and we got 2 new token sets, which I'm actually so in love with. I think I'm soon able to buy the next token set. Maybe I'll go do that after I record this video, because I want them both very much. I think, or was that like the Western inspired one? Oh well, like at least the other 2 sets that got added, but these you could purchase, was the Icy Wintertide set and the Spiced Wintertide set, and those I am, oh my gosh, they are beautiful, amazing. I think I'm almost done purchasing all the pieces I want. That's great. And also older magical winter horses returned. Moving on to the 24th of December, which is Christmas for me and for us here in Sweden. But I actually managed to record an update video on there because I had a little bit of like calm time in the middle of the day, which was very nice. So if you're watching this video when it releases, this was like the latest update. And we had more activities at the Winter Village. We also got the race with Flipper, which he's over here. But I think he gives too much XP for me right now, and even though I'm trying to slow down my training, I'm not going to waste XP. Yeah, but that race is really cool. You like race down the Silversong River. And if you wonder, yes, I'm riding away from these because I'm saving them for another horse. Because it would be too quick otherwise. But I don't know if I'm ready to train my last older Yen horse. It feels surreal actually. Because these horses were all we had back in the day. Anyways, we also have a bazaar this week, so if you're watching this, you are able to buy, if you're watching this on like release or before the 31st of December, you're able to buy the Norker, Percheron, Arden and North Swedish horse for a discounted price, which is very nice. I myself have not been the biggest fan of the Ardens, but I actually bought another one because I liked the code, and with a discount it felt worth it, and I wanted to give the breed like a second chance. And I also bought 2 new Norikers because I have realized that I really like the Norikers, but I have been waiting for them to come to a bazaar. So that was very, very nice. So that was like what I purchased first with my newly bought star coins yesterday. And I have a post of one of the horses, Teddy, from on my Instagram. So if you would like to follow me there, it's Storage Stables, same as here on YouTube. And I post a little bit more often because, you know, it's a bit more fast to take a picture and edit it a little bit, like with lighting, and then uploading it, then coming up with a whole video idea, recording it, editing it that a little bit, and thumbnail, etc. So I'm a little bit more active there, of course. But we have one last update we will be getting this year, and it's on the 31st of December, so the absolute last day of this year. So it hasn't come out yet, but we have a roadmap to get some clues on what we are getting. And from the roadmap I could see that we have more activities at the Winter Festival again. And the last shop of the festival will open, and I guess it's a New Year's Eve set and maybe a new New Year's Eve set, we'll see. And all the rockets and stuff will be added, I guess. And we also will be getting 4 new coat variations that will be permanent additions on Yorick. And I have already seen these, but I will not spoil anything, because I don't think Startable has announced them themselves. I saw this on a spoiler account. But I will probably buy at least one, because some of them were really, really, really nice. No, don't take me. Oh, I don't want to talk to you. Oh my god. Where? Oh, you're over here. Okay. We have so little left. Oh my god. Okay, but that was every single update from 2025. And I guess I should tell you my favorite from December first. I mean, it has to be the Winter Village. It's so cozy and all activities is really, really nice. I love having those. And the new sets have been actually out of this world this year. And the magical horse Mani. I'm not much of a magical horse girl, as I have said, but that horse is amazingly done, I think. I love both the magical and the non-magical coat, which is always a win, because it's like you get 2 horses for one. But yeah, as I said, this was all the updates from this year, and looking back, we have got like a lot of new clothes and tag sets. We have gotten 6 new breeds and magical horses and new coat variations and a bunch of different festivals, and yeah, it feels yeah, it's like so much when you look at it like this, because it doesn't feel like this much throughout the year. Of course, when you get it like in bits and pieces every week. But this was like perfect timing, because Winterfrost is now fully leveled. Yeah, she's maxed. So yeah, that was my like little New Year's Eve end of year special video. I hope that you liked it. And what was your favorite updates? What was your favorite breed, etc.? I think my favorite breed of the year has to be the Hanoverian. But I really liked the Andalusian and the Black Forest horse as well. The others weren't like my absolute favorites, but I liked them too, of course. But yeah, it was crazy, like going through all the updates, writing everything down, and summarizing it like this. But yeah, this was my summarization of all Starstable updates in 2025. I hope that you enjoyed listening to this. And as I said, please let me know what your favorite updates was. What did you don't like? What did you love? What was like, meh? Do you like that they're adding Trailblazers, Champ ranks, etc.? Because it was a lot more often than I thought. But as I said, you get a whole other perspective when looking at the year like this. But that was everything for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!